What is up, beautiful humans? It's Blythe Langford here, holistic business coach and podcast and YouTube channel creator of Upgrade with Blythe Langford, which helps to upgrade all parts of your life and your being, and also creator of the non-for-profit Resonate Foundation. And I wanted to talk to you about this juicy subject. So I'm just going to make this a little bit, that'll do. I wanted to talk to you about this juicy subject while I've literally just come out of the ocean with all my wet hair and no makeup on and heaps of pimples today, actually, from my last day of fasting, which is very interesting. But that's how it is. So just got to go with the flow, right? Just el naturel, check it all out. It's definitely not perfect. And that's just how we like it. So I wanted to share a little bit about this because, hello, beautiful sister. I wanted to share a little bit about this just because a lot of people are just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Why would you do that? And how do you do that? And what's the benefits and all of those things. So I just really wanted to tune into this to give people a little bit of awareness around fasting because when I started fasting, people just thought I was trying to be anorexic, and now people understand that there's a whole lot more to it than that. My background is in naturopathic nutrition. I'm a raw vegan nutritionist and chef, and all of those sort of things, and detox, and done so many courses and diplomas on all of that, which is my background and why I chose to do fasting. Because I'm going to run you through step by step why I chose this fast. So I had just had the most profound month of my life in Mexico, right? It was amazing, right, Maggie? The best ever, huh? And I came back and I was being a human at the airport and I just ate really healthy food for the month. And then I got to LA and I was like, oh, there was all this vegan gluten-free food. And so I ate heaps of vegan gluten-free food. And then on the plane, I was like, no, I'm going to fast on the plane because that's what I do. I haven't eaten plain food for probably about 15 years because it's toxic. And I was like, no, thanks. I'm a gluten-free vegan. So no, it's all good. You don't have any food for me. And he's like, well, actually I do because somebody didn't eat their meal. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, it's absolutely for me. I was still like coming down off plant medicine. And so I chose to eat that meal, which literally gave me parasites. So how would I know that? Well, for me, two reasons. First of all, the parasites, after that, I got really bad diarrhea. Sorry, that's just how it is, like really bad for the next few little days. So I knew that it was food poisoning because I don't get sick, right? And then also because my mind really started to change. Like the thoughts that I were having were really just not great. And I did what normal people would do rather than do what I would normally do to heal a disease. Because normally I'd just fast for a day and get over it because then it would just nip it in the bud, right? But instead, I was like, I'll just make really nice, vegan soups and just eat lots of cooked food, but like really good organic, gluten-free, vegan food, like lots of soups and that sort of thing, because that's what, comfort food, right? And I don't normally do that. There's blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so after the Saturday and I got home on the Monday, it hadn't gone away. Like these thoughts were really just intense. And I was like, wow, this is not me. I really need to be an adult right now and kill these freaking parasites. So I was like, okay, I need to fast. So the next day I started fasting and I was only going to fast for 2 weeks, I thought. And then what happened is so while you're killing off parasites, this is how I really knew it was a parasite. Because normally when I fast, and I've been fasting over the last, since I was, 20 years. So when I first started fasting, it was in this fast, it was quite difficult. Like I was getting really hungry in my tummy and just like the pains, and I was like, oh my gosh, the hunger. Whereas every other time I've fasted, that has not happened because I haven't had parasites before in a very, very long time. So generally when you're getting those like your stomach's growling, it's your parasites dying, right? They are literally like, please don't die. Like, don't let me die. Don't let me die. Please, like, feed me, feed me, feed me, right? And so that's why you eat. It's actually because the parasites, they actually take control of your mind. How, you might ask? Well, because when you remember that 80% of your serotonin, which is your happy hormone, is through the digestive system. And if you've got parasites in there, they start to, and so we all think it's our brain that like releases the happy hormones, but it doesn't. It's actually mostly digestive system, right? So when there's parasites in there, they're able to actually take control of the mind and manipulate the mind. And that's why a lot of foods have got poisons and like the little numbers, they're like little poisons in there because they will actually affect your parasites and start to control your mind. So, hello everybody, beautiful people here. Oh my gosh, people I haven't seen in ages. I love you guys. And my newer friends, I love you guys too. Yeah, so that's literally what's happening in that moment. It's these parasites that have taken control of your brain. And a lot of people are like, yes, but I love my parasites. And it's like, you don't know life without your parasites. Because if this is how awesome you already are, take away the parasites and you're like 10x that awesome, right? So like your intuition comes on. Like, so what happens with parasites is they block your intuition. So your ability to be able to be receptive to your environment and to other people and to feel and experience compassion and your psychic abilities. That's pretty much what your intuition is. So your magical superpowers are not as online. Hello, if there was the option to go to Harry Potter magic school when we were kids, wouldn't you have gone there? Because you would have learned maths, don't worry, but you would have learned all the magic shit too, right? So that's literally what's being turned off. And once you do a detox, your pineal gland comes all online and your intuition, and you start to have a lot more clarity because the fog, the mental fog, is no longer there. And also you start to have a lot more mental clarity because you're not consuming things that have got the chemicals in there that numb the brain and numb the body and shut down your release of serotonin. That's why there's so many people on antidepressants and anti-anxiety stuff, because their natural gut happiness, I'd like to call it, isn't actually activated as well as it should be, and it's numb, and there's the parasites breeding, and also your serotonin switched off, which is like really not cool because everybody has access to like beaming amounts of joy, but it's all shut off with the food and the alcohol and the drugs that we take, right? So a detox is a great reboot so that you can turn everything on mentally and physically so that you can really come back online and you can be living like your best day ever every freaking day, right? Because like if you had the choice between waking up like a miserable bitch or waking up feeling epic and amazing, I mean, I think maybe 60% of the people in the world would choose epic and amazing. But there's definitely some people that are like, no, fuck that. I want to have a bad day tomorrow because I'm just a bad person. And you're not. You just got a shit ton of parasites in there that need to be cleaned out, and then you can experience your essence, your truth, your power, your joy, your happiness, your amazingness, all just from detoxing and realigning your body and your energetic body as well as your spiritual body, and you come back into alignment, and then you can get the messages that you're supposed to get that are being shut off because of the food and all of the stuff that you are experiencing, right? So now I wrote stuff down because I go on tangents like a mofo, so I'm just gonna have a little look at my stuff just to remind me of things that are gonna be helpful for other people. So health benefits, huge. Health benefits to doing a detox. Put it this way, if everybody did detoxes, pharmaceutical companies would be out of business because everybody would be healthy. And Solomon, who is on here, yes, 50 days. Boo, 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 boo. And this is how good I feel after 50 days. Like, ridic. Not really, because like I'm just having living food going in me all the time without any chemicals. So I am actually my fullest expression of self, which is what we all have available to us, but we just don't activate. So, yes, and how amazing would it be that, like Solomon actually said this to me the other day, how amazing would it be if Earth Day every year was Global Fasting Day, where we actually stopped consuming everything for a week and just like juiced and juiced and water fasted and really looked after the earth, because what we do to our internal bodies is what we do to the external world. So maybe if we all start to clear up ourselves and get all good and yummy and our internal waters are all great, then that will reflect across the earth. Because like, look what happens when we don't go outside and don't consume and like don't travel and all the things. The ocean and the dolphins and all of the things become amazing again. So health benefits, going on tangents, trying to be on for you guys. So health benefits, yes, you can literally cure cancer, you can clear up your arthritis, you can get rid of your migraines, you can kill your parasites, obviously, you can re-oxygenate your blood, you can get better circulation, you can improve your eyesight, you can improve your hearing, you can improve your intuition, you can become psychic, you can experience joy and happiness in every freaking day of your life, you can experience bliss, you can have deep, profound connections with your loved ones. You can start to fall in love with people that you literally thought were assholes because you see the good in them, because you get your shit out of the way and you can literally be an amazing human for other people as well as for yourself, because at your essence, you want to be happy. We all want to have happiness and joy in our lives, and legit fasting would be a great step in that, because obviously detoxing our system, it's a massive reboot. And what's happening in the world? We're having a massive reboot. And look how great the environment is, getting better, right? So if we all did that within ourselves, amazing days every day. So yes, once you take, and okay, so let me just give you a little bit of what's going on with that health benefits. So it takes 3 days for the digestive system to shut down. 80% of your body's energy is spent digesting. So when you stop the digesting process, what always happens is the energy that's normally spent on digesting and eating the food and all of that sort of stuff, it actually goes around the body and it starts to get to work. It's like, okay, man, we're on holidays. And what's our favorite thing to do? It is to clear this vessel so it lives forever, because it does not want to die. And so it will literally go and find the things within you that are not meant to be there. Cancer, all of the diseases, all of the things. It just eats them all up, because it's like, oh my gosh, I can actually... So let me go back a step as well. With detoxing, why? Why do we get cancer? Why do we get illness? Why do we get disease? I keep on flicking my hair because water is going all down my back. Why do we keep on getting disease and all of those sort of things? What is cancer? So cancer and disease are little... Like, let's say we have never done a detox or anything before. We regularly drink alcohol. We consume a lot of products that have nasty things in them. We spray perfume on our neck, which is like a little bit of poison straight into our glands. And we get Botox and stuff, which is a needle really close to our brain. All of those sort of things have an effect on the body, whether you like to think it does or it doesn't. They cause anxiety and stress and a little bit of chaos to the cells. So the body is already having a really tricky time at just looking after just what you're digesting. 80% of its energy is going on digesting, right? And then on top of that, if you eat too late at night, all night your body is going to be digesting. Whereas if you ate earlier in the night, then you give your body a bit of a break so that it can actually do the healing at night. But if you're eating late at night, then it's going to be digesting all night, and you won't release the happy hormones from your brain either. So you'll feel flatter and a bit more shit the next day, right? So what happens when you're constantly living a lifestyle of normal humans in the West? I know, I used to live it. I got cancer. I get it. So what happens is the body is so overwhelmed that it has so much work to do that it literally doesn't have time to detox. For example, just remember those times when you are so freaking busy at work. It's like, oh my gosh, there's just so much coming in. I just don't even have a second to like have a drink of water, let alone go to the toilet, right? It's like those days every freaking day, Groundhog Day. Your body's like, oh man, I just need a break. I can't like clean the liver. I can't clean my kidneys. Oh my gosh, I can't even clean all the chemicals that are going in and causing this chick anxiety. I'm sorry, but I'm just like spending all of my time digesting. So if we can take away that so then it's spending all its time digesting, so it doesn't have time to clear disease. So what happens is it goes and stores little pockets of things around the body, and sometimes they can come up as cancer. what it's actually doing is so freaking intelligent. It is literally putting that thing there and going, look, I don't have time to process this right now because we are in an overflow of just needing to like digest all this food and detox as best as we can. So I'm just going to store it wherever, and I will just like, we'll look at that when we get a chance. And hopefully Blythe will give me a little bit of a timeout one day, and then I'll be able to do that for her. But at the moment, we just need to like get through the day and like be busy little beavers to actually look after this body. So it's literally like a little garbage dump, a little trash can of trash there that it's hoping to look at later. And if you detox, then it will go, amazing, she looked after me, I'm gonna clear this out. But if you don't do detox, then it can just like, oh shit, I don't have time, there's not even enough room, I'll put some stuff in that garbage bin, I'll pack that one up, but like, oh, I don't have time to look at that, I have to do another one because I don't have any time to look after these little garbage dumps, right? And then hence they get bigger and bigger and overflowing and toxic, and then you go and get a little test and you've got cancer. And that's what it is. It's a garbage dump that your body just hasn't had time to detox. So the logical cure would be to go home and do a detox. Legit, go home and do a water fast and rest up a lot and really take that time to just rest and be and allow your body to heal itself, because it is infinitely wise. It literally is like your own pharmaceutical company if you give it the chance. But because we numb it and drug it and alcohol it and suppress it and blah, 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 it's like got so much to do. It's just a busy body, right? So if you just give it a bit of space, do a fast. Like if I had cancer again, I would do a like water fast straight up. I obviously haven't had cancer again. That's why like I've only done like a few water fasts. I don't really do water fasts because I don't need to. I'm sweet. But I do juice fasts, and this was my longest one in like 5 years. Anyway, I digress. So that's what disease is, and that's how freaking amazing your body is. Like, it doesn't really matter how sick you are. If you take the toxicity and inflammation things that you're putting into your body out of your body, and you start to put nourishing things in there and allow it to detox, first it will kill the parasites, then it will go through and clean up it literally will just go and start to clean up your liver, your digestive system, all of the things, your kidneys more towards the end. Like, it will really start to just go in, and your gallbladder and your pancreas and all of the goody things. And after the 5 days, then your brain can come back online because the parasites have been fully killed. Sometimes people, if they are looking after themselves before they get on the detox, like if they're not like eating too bad or drinking too much right before the detox, they won't feel too bad, because they'll actually, like, most of people I know, they actually feel like, oh my God, I feel like so fucking amazing. Like, what's going on? I'm like so happy. I'm like, can see better. I can hear better. I feel like really connected to like everybody. And like, I love my job and I'm really good at it. And my business is thriving. That's generally how most people feel, because it's like, especially if you're doing a juice fast. A water fast, a lot more intense, but it's like ninja. It kills everything for you, right? So do whatever you need to do. But that's a little bit about that on a tangent. So where are we up to? Where are we up to? Where are we up to? What am I talking about? Anyway, so let's just go on to the next thing. Health benefits. So yeah, do all of that. Cure yourself. And do you know what's the most amazing thing? Like, for me, the most amazing thing from previously to when I first started detoxing, previously to that, I realized I realized once I became non-dependent on the medical system and the healthcare system and doctors and surgeons, that I was responsible for myself. It was like I was an adult for the first time, because before that, I was being a little girl and I was expecting other people to look after me because I wasn't a woman enough to do it for myself. So I literally had my own personal induction into being fully a woman. And that's what fasting did for me. It gave me freedom from all the fucking bullshit I had no idea that I was trapped in, right? Oh my God, sorry, it was really hot. My heater's right there. And I was really able to experience freedom. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I was able to experience love for my body. I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so disconnected from you before. I thought you were against me. And all you wanted me to do was live and survive and just give you a little holiday rather than me going and having a holiday and poisoning you. Oh, I'm so sorry, body. I get you now, you know? And that's the really interesting thing. I'm going to put this in because a lot of people think I'm really out of my body and I'm like, da 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 and all of the things. It's like, oh, no. I'm the complete opposite. I feel every cell of my being. So it's a completely different experience. Yes, I am all love and light, but I am so in my body that I feel every fucking cell and it communicates with me and it tells me what it wants. And sometimes my brain is a smart little motherfucker and I am just so in love with the people around me that I put my body second and I do what other people do in my own way, which is generally eat cooked vegan food, and it does not give me this amounts of joy, right? And so that's why I'm super anal. It's not because I'm like trying to be anorexic or like I'm out of my body. It's because I actually respect my body more than I respect pretty much everything, because I realize that the external world starts in the internal world. So when we start to look after our own temple and we start to cultivate our own connection with this magnificent vessel that it is, life is amazing. It's amazing because, like, if you have followed any religion, I haven't followed any religion, my mum is the biggest atheist in the world, but if you have heard about any religions, I studied all the religions, I don't know, maybe it was to piss her off, but heaven is here. Well, no, okay, not the religions. Okay, sorry, it's the religions and spirituality and all the other things. Sorry, I just had a mind fart. But heaven is available right here and now. Heaven isn't this other place we were lied to in school. Heaven is this beautiful thing, right? It's all about integrating our soul into this body. And, well, our soul's always in this body, generally, but it's about allowing the experience of this vessel to be in the here and now each and every day, rather than being so caught up that we get to look after ourselves and really be responsible adults, responsible men and women, and go, you know what, today I choose to feel fucking epic, and tomorrow I'm going to choose to feel fucking epic. And generally, whatever you eat today affects your mood tomorrow. So just be like, realize how you want to feel tomorrow. You're like, if you're like, you know what, tomorrow I want some self-loathing and I want to stay in bed all day and I do not want to get up and I do not even want to look at my kids and like them. I don't want to be in love with my partner, and you know what? I want to freaking hate myself and be a goddamn bitch or an a-hole to myself, because that's what I'm setting myself up for. So, number one, set yourself up to succeed. It's so freaking simple. Whatever you do today, it affects your tomorrow. So just set yourself up to succeed. Don't set yourself up to fail and you'll be sweet. But if you got nasty parasites in you, guess what they want? They want you to feel like shit tomorrow. They want you to eat shit. They want to set you up to fail. Holy moly, little bastards. It's not you. See? Why do you get up and feel like shit the next day? Because your parasites are motherfucking controlling you. And that is not what we want. We want you to be stealth in your essence, so you can just like, fear will come up to you and you'll be like, bah, 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 like Neo out of the Matrix, you know, just like, you know, all of that stuff. And it's literally like that. So just be a responsible adult, look after yourself, set yourself up to succeed, and chuckle the shit out of your kitchen and feel freaking epic. And if you can't do a water fast or a juice fast, which you can, everybody can, but if you can't, then do a half day. Do maybe 3 weeks of doing half days. Figure it out. Okay, so I would generally say if you want to do the softest detox ever, then just don't eat after lunchtime. Okay, that will be the easiest. if you have got parasites running rife and you get up in the morning and you need to like eat and feed them, you got parasites. And I understand then you maybe want to just eat in the morning because that is when your parasites are most rife. But if you could not eat in the morning and then only eat like one meal later in the day, you will feel amazing and you will start to kill those a-holes and become your truth. Because everybody that wants freedom wants truth, and you want your own truth, and you don't need to get it from the fucking TV because that shit ain't true. So try intermittent fasting, or try 1 day a week, or figure it out how it's going to work for you, you know, or just try juicing. Like legit, juice is like calories to your brain and glucose is going to your brain. So you actually feel like a little bit high. It's beautiful. So just do it, right? And like, there's a few people on here that are just like green juice, green juice, green juice. And I love you, Oma, and I'm all about the green juice. But if somebody's just starting out and they're not dying, then you know what? It's okay to have juice that has fruit sugars in there. Have watermelon and mint and cucumber. Yummy. So yummy. That is my favorite juice. So, and all cooling things, because I am, in case you can't tell, did you know what my star signs are? Earth and fire. Like super grounded, but fiery as fuck. So it's really good for me to have things that are water and cooling and flowing and airy, right? Well, spirit of the air, that's what I'm talking about. So that's why I choose those things. But you might be a really cool person, like you're cool. So maybe you need warming things, and you might be putting like ginger and turmeric and galangal in your juices and things like that to really warm up your circulatory system, right? Whereas for me, that is too intense. That is like, brrr, no, I can't handle that. Can't handle that. So whatever is your thing, then try that. So juicing, how do you juice? You go to the markets and you try and pick up certified organic food because it has no chemicals in it that are gonna poison you. And when you're doing a detox, you're generally flushing out the poisons. So don't buy anything that has poison in it, because when you're juicing, oh, that looks terrible. That's what you do, you put things through the juicer. When you're juicing things that have poison in them, it becomes amplified. You get the concentrate of that poison. So it's literally like you're having the poisons on steroids. So don't juice stuff that is not certified organic or biodynamic, because it is like concentrated poison. So I am singing it because it's so happy day 50, Muggy. So that's why, oh my God, I hope, this is why I love fasting. I don't ever want to stop because I love being this happy. It's fucking ridiculous. But that's why you want to juice certified organic things, right? Juice certified organic, because that is the jam. It is like having, if you're going to start healing yourself, put the most healing stuff in there. Don't be a tight ass. Like legit, you're trying to save your life. Don't be a tight ass. Like maybe just don't go and buy that pair of shoes this month, or maybe don't go and like have 20, well, you won't be having coffee for starters, because coffee, and coffee from a cafe has got lots of chlorine in it. It's got lots of fluoride in it. It's designed to shut down the pineal gland. Yes, coffee is great for you, but not through your mouth. The only way that coffee is good is in a colonic. Coffee's good up the rectum. I'm sorry, but that's legit the only way that coffee is good for you, because when you're going down this way, it literally takes all of the goodness out of you and leaves you feeling high. When you put it in a coffee colonic or an enema, it literally only draws the toxicity out of your gut, and it actually relaxes you and makes you feel really beautiful and calm, yet really happy. So coffee enemas, maybe I'll do a video on that. That will be intense for everybody that doesn't know about it. It's amazing. That's the next level of like health. So if you were dying, like we all are actually dying, but it's cool. If you literally had some like major hectic diseases or things coming up, then detox and do colonics, well, and enemas, coffee enemas, do it yourself at home. You can Google it. It's super simple. Boil some coffee. Anyway, Google it. It's amazing. What else? What else have we got? What else are we needing to talk about? Any questions, peeps? So what happened to me over my fast? Well, for me, it started off the first week, all these parasites dying, and it was so intense. I didn't think I could do it, and I am a seasoned faster because those little buggers played so much havoc with my mind, and I forgot how awful parasites are, and 90% of people have parasites, right? So I forgot how awful and how controlling those little C words are. Their P words are parasites. They are hectic as F, right? Like legit, it was hard. I was like, I don't think I can do this. But like, I didn't feel bad in my body. I was just the mental stuff. I was like they literally control your brain and start to manipulate your thoughts. I was like, I am so aware I have parasites right now, and I still feel like this is the hardest thing ever. Like, I can't wait for you guys to die, but normally it only happens. Normally they die for me in like the first 2 days if I ever have parasites. I had never had a fast be that intense. And all I'm saying with intense is like the mental stuff, right? Snorting coffee. Okay, that's lovely. Oh no, what? You boil coffee in water, in a liter of water, and then you let it cool down. And not normal coffee. You need certified organic ground coffee that is not bastardized. And you just put like a teaspoon into like a liter of water, and then you boil it. You let it boil, and then you leave it to simmer for 10 minutes, and then you allow it to cool down, and then that water you mix with another liter of normal great spring water, and make sure that you're not using tap water, because then you're literally putting fluoride and chlorine up your bum. But really you want to mix so you've got 2 liters of water, and then you get an enema kit, which you can get online, a 1 liter enema kit. You put it in there, and then make sure that you do this in the morning when you haven't eaten or anything. And maybe you should Google that, because I don't think I will be doing anything rectum related right now. And then you put it in your ass, and then you allow that to be in there for as long as possible. I honestly used to stand on my head in a yoga pose so that it would stay in there better, and then I would stay in there and just breathe and get really calm, really calm, and just allow it to be in there for as long as possible, like 20 minutes to half an hour. And then I would release it in the toilet, and then I would put the next liter in. Good luck with that the first time by yourself. But if you set yourself up to succeed, e.g. not eating the day before, and then you do that in the morning, then it is actually really quite easy, and it's actually quite pleasurable because it's very relaxing on your digestive system, and then afterwards you feel like effervescent joy. Because you're getting some of those parasites out and all of the stuff, and like you're feeling really great because you're clearing out your being. And then, thank you for that tangent, Wayne. That was lovely. I'm sure nobody appreciated it. And okay, went through health benefits. Awesome. So who is suitable for a detox? Like I said, everybody. Check with your doctor. Check with your drug dealer, who is your doctor. Make sure they're healthy and they know anything about fasting, because like I studied naturopathic nutrition, and previously to that, my sister and my cousin are doctors, right? And so I actually thought I was going to go to university, and I wanted to learn all about body physiology and all of the things, and do nutrition and dietitian and all these things. But I literally read the textbooks of the nutrition that the doctors have, and it was like from I was reading this in the 90s, and it was like from it was like 20 years old. It was so freaking outdated. It was telling you to eat like white bread and carbs, and it was just like, this is for retards. Like, oh, that was so politically incorrect. This is for people that, I don't even know who this is for. This isn't for anybody, because this is not serving anybody. And also, doctors don't have to study nutrition. It's a what's it called when you don't have to study? It's like there, like as a suggestion. They don't actually have to start to study it. So that's actually in itself said a lot for me. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to learn off these people that don't actually know anything. Like I, as a 10-year-old, figured out that what they're talking about isn't actually going to serve anybody to heal their body. Because then as I was like waking up to like being completely self-reliant and responsible woman for myself, I realized that, oh my gosh, like like everything started to fall into alignment for me. Like doctors are pretty much prostitutes of the pharmaceutical companies, and doctors, I love them because they all go into being a doctor because they want to help people, and it pisses me off so much that they're manipulated by these other people, and it's just yucky and gross. And then you realize who's ruling. Blah blah blah. I don't want to go on a tangent about that. We're talking about health, and so that's why I literally looked into when I got my cancer, because I personally believe that my doctor gave me cancer, and not because he did it on purpose or she did it on purpose, but it's just how it is, because they were just feeding me so much medication, vaxing me up every freaking year, all of the things, and then I got cancer, doing all the things they told me, and so I just stopped doing all the things that they told me, and then I got better, and it was like, oh, this is nasty. Our healthcare system's nasty. They want us to be sick so that they can just feed us more shit. Yes, because the pharmaceutical companies are also the same people that are putting the drugs in your food that are making you sick. Nasty, so nasty. Anyway, so let's. I'm gonna just go into. I'm gonna fully do a tangent. So you're doing your fast. What comes up? Anything can come up. And if you're fasting, if you're doing a juice fast, you'll probably feel freaking epic. You'll have a lot of insights. I don't know if any of you guys know about plant medicine, ayahuasca, Vipassana meditation, all of those sort of things where you're really becoming aware of yourself, right? And going into deeper levels of consciousness, or deeper levels of healing your own trauma, or deeper understanding for the people around you or yourself, or compassion and love. So you're really going into that, because what you're actually doing when you're fasting is not only are you detoxing your digestive system, but I'm sure you're all aware of muscle memory as well. So things are stored in your body. There are emotions that are stored in your body that are so suppressed, because that's the West. We just suppress everything and we don't deal with it. And what I say to this is because people are like, oh, Blythe, you're not exercising during this fast. Normally you exercise. I'm like, yeah, but I haven't done a big fast like this in 5 years. So I want my body to get all flabby and lose its muscle tone just for a bit, because I want everything that I had that was going into my being to just come out, and I'm going to recreate myself afterwards. So I am literally shifting my body, because if I exercise a lot through still doing body weight or all the things, this time I've only been walking and just doing really light swimming, not laps or anything, like a bit of breaststroke, like a nana. So I've been doing it that way this time, so that my body can just get all saggy, and everything that's there can just be fully detoxed, because I'm 39. Maybe it's because I'm going into my 40th year. Maybe it's because it's the biggest shift in the world, 2020. I don't know. My body's guiding me. So, and then I will start to rebuild afterwards. Who cares if you get a little bit flabby for a while? Who cares if you get a little bit of pimples for a while? Because every little pimple that you have is literally, oh my gosh, that might have been a bit of cancer in my liver. Oh my gosh, that was probably a brain tumor. My mum had a brain tumor. Oh my gosh, that was lung cancer that my grandmother had. Oh my gosh, that was the anxiety that my parents couldn't deal with. Let that biatch out of my face, out of my body. I don't give a shit. Let it all out. That's what a detox is. It's about being whoever we are. Look at this face. I don't care. I've got pimples everywhere. No makeup on. Oh my gosh, I've got wrinkles because my skin's sagging in. Ugh. I love it. I freaking love it. Bring it. Look at these eyes. Clear as anything. Clear eyes. So everything starts to shift. Oh, and on my first detox, my eyes went from brown to this. Can you see? They're greeny color with little specks of blue. They literally change color. We do not. We're not always the people that we think we are. We are a version of ourselves that has been created through our ancestral line, through all the thoughts that we hear, all the words that we hear that our parents have been speaking, that all of our people as we've been growing up are speaking. We are, when we get out of our teenage years, we are not the people we came into this world. We are a product of our environment. So if you have never experienced a detox, I'm going to put it out there that maybe you don't know who the fuck you are. Maybe. Like, you know who you are at some level, but you've never actually detoxed all those little things, the nuances that aren't you out of your cells. And so if you haven't detoxed those things out of your cells, how do you know your real truth? We're all there seeking our own truth and our own worthiness and all of those things, but we're not actually giving ourselves a go to actually really experience ourselves, to really know the capabilities of our body and our mind when they get to do something together, right? So I did 50 days of juice, babe. Can't do water at the moment, only because I am growing multiple businesses and like had a few law cases and so that's what I needed to do, and have employees and all of those things. So I just need to be a little bit switched on at the moment. But yeah, do juice. But I don't know about water for 50 days. I wouldn't advise that personally. But it depends on the body, because if you were like Gina, you're little. If you were to do 50 days of water, babe, I don't know if your body could, you'd be so freaking skinny unless you wanted to be a breatharian. See, I used to want to be a breatharian, so I did a lot of research into being a breatharian, where you just live off water for a long time and then you transition into just living off breath, because I got addicted to this feeling, right? I digress, but that's a little bit of truth for you. So yeah, it depends on your size. It depends on what's going on in your body. It depends on if you're going to work, where you live, your environment, if you're in nature, those sort of things, because it's really important to get into nature and to get into the sun, so that you're getting the energy, the source energy. Because obviously people are like, that's so dumb, you're an idiot. Well, like, where do everything that we eat get its energy from? From the sun. Like, you're like, yeah, no, I get my energy from eating animal flesh. It's like, yeah, but those cows eat grass, and when you that's what nourishes their being, right? Like, all of their muscles are made up from grass, and you're eating the cow flesh, which is grass matter in a cow. Get it? So, and the grass gets its energy from the sun. That's why it's super high protein, right? So grasses are amazing. Just bypass the cow and go and eat the grass if you want to feel amazing, or eat the cow and deal with the consequences, putting acidity into the body. That's all. But unless you are having like a cow that you like nurture and you cuddle and you stroke its face every day and you say, Gloria, I love you, beautiful little cow. I love you. Thank you so much for being my meal. I'm going to walk you tomorrow and love on you because you are have you looked at a cow? Like, cows they're so beautiful. They're sentient beings with the biggest, longest eyelashes. I just freaking love them. But like, if you're looking after that cow and you know that it's actually eating grass and it's not like literally trapped and abused every single day and raped and tortured, because most cows are, as long as you know that that cow isn't being raped and tortured a lot of the time, because when it's killed and it's like in the line to be slaughtered, and it lives like day to day looking at animals that are being slaughtered and with blood all around the ground and like walking in shit, and its hooves start to like eat away, its feet start to like rot and have rot all in them, and then like the butcher from Coles or Woolworths or the supermarket Aldi that's near you then goes to cut it up. Guess what's in that body? A shit ton of torture. Probably a whole lot of sadness and grief. And for me, when I'm not saying that anybody should be vegan. I am not saying that. I am just saying my experience of what happened to me in my experiences and those people that I have helped as well. When I only went vegan by fluke, right? Like, I legit, the day before that was paleo. Like, I'm talking meat, some sort of animal product every meal, right? And then protein powders and like the gym body and like all of the things, right? But I was so sick and in so much pain and just so happy and lucky that I walked through this festival in Darling Harbour, and it was an Indian festival, and this Indian man like just pulled me over and was like, you'll need to go vegan. And I was like, dude, I love meat. And do you know what I especially love? I freaking love bacon. I wake up in the morning and I have bacon on my sandwich. It's like, you're in pain. You're suffering. Your body, it is dying. I can feel it. I am a psychic. I feel, oh, this is the terriblest accent. I'm sorry, but he had a really strong accent, way stronger than this. He's like, your body is dying and rotting on the inside. He's like, I'm not vegan, but I can see what is going on in your body. And I would suggest for 1 month, don't eat any animal products. I didn't even know what vegan was before that. I was like 26 or something, and well, maybe it was before that. But anyway, I did not even know what a vegan was, right? I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, so I was like, well, the doctors haven't helped me. I am legit in pain every freaking day. Mentally, the suffering, and also the digestive system after I ate every time. It was just like painful, but my body looked amazing. Oh my gosh, my body was so freaking hot. Like I was sexy as hell, and my face looked amazing because I had all the Botox and everything in it. Yes, I used to be that girl. And like a Barbie. And I was like, whoa, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give it a go, because I think later on that night I went home and ate some food. That was meat, and it was still pretty healthy. And I think it might have even I was already on organic products then. So it was literally certified organic meat and probably salad. And I think that night I ended up crying in pain because I was so bloated and it was just awful. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? This dude, he's got something. I'm going to give it a go because I've got nothing to lose except for pain. So I decided to go vegan for a month. Do you know what I lost? I lost the suffering. Because I honestly believe that when you are ingesting things that have been tortured their whole life, and this is probably like in our training anyway, naturopathic nutrition, which is healing people with food, it is literally like whatever that energy was experiencing, that goes into your body, you chew, and then it becomes part of your body. That's how your body survives, and your cells live off whatever you give it, right? And so that's what becomes you. You become that being that you ate, right? And everybody's like, well, yeah, I want to be like a really strong, like ape. Apes eat mostly veggies. I really want to be like, muscly and da 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 da. You're eating a cow, man. They're like walking around a paddock on a good day if they're lucky, but most of them are tortured in a little thing that has no windows, because when you drive past, they don't want you to see what they're doing to your food. And then they're pumped with shit, and then they're not even able to eat grass, and it's so wrong. And anyway, so that is that. So when I stopped eating animal flesh, I became so much happier. And that literally changed my life. Like I had no intention of staying vegan. No intention. And I'm not a full vegan. By the way, I eat honey and sometimes I wear leather. I'm a shitty vegan. So I just say vegan because it's easier for people to understand. I'm not vegan. I eat raw honey, which I wish I didn't sometimes because I feel so guilty. But you know what? Sometimes I do. And that's just how it is. And so yeah, because I had this new feeling of how amazing life could be, like the happiness levels were like through the roof, right? So I was like, oh, I literally can't go back. I remember my boyfriend being at the time like, let's go out to this restaurant and have a goat curry. And I was like, brr. He's like, you love goat curry, it's one of your favorite things. I'm like, no, I have literally just found enlightenment. That's literally how I felt. I was like radiating on another frequency that was so compassionate for all human beings. And I was a fiery bitch before this. You can ask any of my ex-employees. I was a great boss, but I was also a fiery bitch. And so I literally developed so much more compassion for the people around me just by stopping eating meat. Like I literally was like, and they started to see it, say like, I think my boyfriend at the time was like, actually, this really suits you. You're a lot nicer. So cool, just get a salad or get whatever the fuck else you want to. So that it's gonna be like, so that you're nicer to me. That's great. Let's just you do that thing. Anyway, so bloody blah, 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 blah. So that is that, but I still hadn't done a detox. So it wasn't until I got my cancer that I decided to do all of those sort of things, right? And thank God. Thank God, I literally took time away or else I might be dead, because the surgeons gave me a 20% chance of success rate with the medications that they wanted to give me and the radiation. And I was like, guess what, buddy? I believe you gave me that cancer, so now I ain't going to take your other shit, because you probably want me to die or just stay on chemo. Because like, if you actually look at the success rate of how many people long-term live successfully after chemo, and I'm talking like after 15 years, the percentage you think it is actually like this. So before I put anything that I can't actually like, and I've been in the chemo ward because my mum had cancer, chemo and all the things. They wear radioactive suits before they put, the nurses wear radioactive suits so that, and like spatula things to hold the things that they put in the people. And the people are like, give me the medicine, it's going to heal me. The people are wearing radiation suits. Like, hello, they can't even touch it. It's going in your body and becoming you. And yes, there is one train of thought that it's like, yes, but it's going to push all the disease out of my body. Sorry, my body thinks that's really funny. Sorry, I just was in the cancer ward and saw all the people, like 80% of the people die. So it don't necessarily work. Whereas before my mum actually chose to die, because she told me she wanted to die, female suicide runs in our family. That's another reason why I'm obsessed with health. I don't want that shit. I'm a liver. I ain't a dyer. And so, oh my God, I go on so many, I just like excite myself so much that I forget what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm just, who cares? Yeah, when you see that many people die, then it's not cool. And yes, before she had her cancer, when she found out she had her cancer, I literally am friends with so many health speakers and doctors and all of the healthy ones around the world, right? Not the normal doctors, right? And I was literally trying to get them to talk to her, and she just would not speak to them. She's like, no. And then she told me that she wanted to die. And I was like, oh, okay, don't worry, guys, she just wants to die. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I know, she won't do a detox, even though she promised me on her life that if she got sick, that she would do a detox. Because I used to have a detox product line that was for liver and gallbladders, to clear them out and to clear all of your being and to get rid of your anxiety and all of the things. And I literally, when I made it, I was like, her and my dad, I'm like, you guys need to pinky promise on my life that if you get anything wrong with that part of your body, that you're going to do this detox first. And then if you want to get whatever the frick you want to get, then you can do it. And they were both like, Blythe, we swear on your life. I'm like, Mum, don't lie to me. And she swore on my life, and she even pinky stamped it like that. And then she got cancer. And I brought that up to her. I'm like, Mum, you swore on my life. And she's like, Blythe, don't be so fucking ridiculous. This is cancer we're talking about. Detoxes don't work. I'm like, you've never looked into it. And P.S., I haven't been sick or had cancer since my cancer. Like, wouldn't I myself be enough of a result of what goes on, or like what the truth is, or like all of these professionals that I'm trying to get you to speak to? She's like, no, don't be silly. I need to talk to the surgeon. Anyway, so she chose to have cancer because she wanted to die, and that was okay. I got kicked out of the hospital regularly for them trying to tell her, well, they did tell her all the time, Wendy, you're getting too skinny. You've got to like eat lots of food that's going to put lots of fat on, so that next week you're at a body weight that we're able to give you chemo. And I was like, amazing. I'm a raw food nutritionist, naturopathic nutritionist, raw food chef. I will make her high calorie food that's healthy and certified organic. They're like, oh, that shit don't work. She needs to have real fatty stuff like KFC, and like for breakfast, go to Donut King and have like jelly donuts, because they're really high, and then have like custardy ones, and then make sure that you have like an iced coffee with whipped cream in it, and then have KFC and da-da-da-da. And I was like, my mum's got pancreatic cancer, you fool. Like, it's a lifestyle cancer. If she'd concentrated on looking after her diabetes, she would never have gotten this. But she was like, I'm like, but she wants to die. And she's like, I do. And they're like, no, this will help you live. Da-da-da. That is literally what these nurses and doctors were telling my mum, who had pancreatic cancer, to go and do. If any human being ate that diet, they would get sick and die, right? So, and I know this because once when I was, anyway, So that's literally what they tell them in the chemo wards, and it was the most heartbreaking thing of my life. And I was literally like, hey guys, I'm gonna write a recipe book so that you guys can have it, so that you can give it to people, so that they don't have to do these things. But too many of the people died, so I couldn't give them the book. So that's a bit shit, isn't it? And they were just doing what the health professionals told them to do. Even more shit. I'm gonna move back here. God, this is a long one. I'm taking forever. Sorry, guys. So I just don't want you to die, pretty much. I want you to live an amazing life, and I want you to get in control of your health and stop being a little girl or a little boy and be an adult and look after yourself, because you know what? You deserve it. You deserve to feel happiness. Your parasites are bullshit. They are made up in a lab at a chemical company, so a pharmaceutical company. They ain't yours. They controlling you, and they're also the fools that are stopping you from going to the beach. I just walked down to the beach just there and I'm going in the water. Freedom! I went in the water by myself, and then some other little boys were down there. It was great. Because they don't own the beach. The council doesn't own anything that is above the road. They only own things that are above the road. They don't own the land. That is like of the First Nation people. So just do some research, guys. Like, they can't literally kick you off anything. It's only if you accept their dumb things that they give you, those fines, but which can all be fought anyway, because I know all about sovereign law. But anyway, that's another tangent for another time. So my insights during this fast are, fasting's amazing. My insights during this fast have been, we are all, what am I bed? So many things. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. Previously to coming back to Australia, I was at this place in Mexico. I was in Mexico having initiations over there with the Mexica tribes. It was the most amazing experience of my life, radiating amazingness. Literally at the top of a mountain, the most spiritual mountain in the whole of the Americas, with like my teachers and with the Waranaka people that were down there, and everybody's praying and doing all the things, and like spiritually praying to like Mother Earth, really. And we're up there with our rattles and singing Mother Earth and crying with joy and happiness for how much we love life, praying for all the humans that they can come back into their bodies and feel and experience love within each moment. But our prayer for all of that month that we were there, and when I say pray, what I mean by that is, like, I'm not religious. Hell's to the no! I am whatever. To me, praying just means that I am putting a resonance of love and joy out there. That's what it means. It means that I hope you pick up on a frequency that is great rather than a shitty one. So let's just put more good vibes out there. So we were literally our prayer for this whole journey, all of us spiritual people with the plant medicine, so that it would strengthen and blow up this prayer so that it could be for all of humanity, was that we were praying that every human being on this earth sees the love within each human's eyes, so that no matter where we go, we all feel like one big family, brothers and sisters connected across the land, across the world, fully connected and supporting and loving on Mother Earth. That was our prayer. So after week 3 of my fast, I was like, oh my gosh. And I knew that a lot of other medicine people had this same prayer, same but different, probably shorter words, because I love to talk a lot. It was probably a lot shorter, right? But a lot of medicine people have been having this prayer. A lot of people have this prayer for many years. So the collective energy of this prayer was starting to come true. I was like, holy shit, coronavirus, or as my friend has coined it, Sharona, my Sharona, is actually there for us. My Sharona is the collective prayer where we all get to connect and really get to know each other, and the people that you've seen walking down the beach that you never looked at in the eye before are like, hello. Or the people at the supermarket, they're like, hello. And the people that think that you're a disease are still like, hello. But they're looking at you, people are starting to connect. The consciousness of humanity, it's changed forever. And that can't be taken away now. So a lot of people are literally reaching out to their friends or their family or to new people and they're getting new friends and new family and really growing more connections across the earth. And a lot of people are looking at people and really looking in their eyes and seeing nothing but love for that person, and really knowing that that person is there to serve their soul's highest, greatest good. That's what we do. We're all here just guiding each other home. You know, that's the beautiful gift of life. And look at us all giving a shit about Mother Earth. Wow. Like, there's dolphins in places where there's never been dolphins. There's like clean water. And when there's no chemtrails, there's clean skies. The air's getting better. Yeah, there's a lot of people suffering at home. But when they look outside their window, it ain't that bad. You know, like, it ain't that bad. The prisons that we put ourselves in are in our minds and in our bodies. So if we can clear that shit up, then we're free. And so it all starts with us. So that's what I really am passionate about. And that's what I really, like, my friend said it to me yesterday actually, we were having our last call from our integration program. And one of the guys was like, I just want to share with you, Blythe, that I feel that this fast and this experience that we've just had has made you be the fullest expression of yourself, where you were always overflowing with love and you just always want other people to be able to experience that too. And you're always giving out of your overflow because you just got so much fucking love to give, and you just want other people to experience that because it's so fun and joyous and happy. I'm like, oh my God, that is totally me. Like, you actually get me. And he's like, yeah, and now you're actually sharing it with people because the time is now. Like, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, oh, you got me in my heartstrings, right? So yeah, it's just so beautiful. And that is what is available to everybody. And I love that people are like, you know, falling in love with themselves and doing all the sexiness and all of the beauty and all of it. I love it. I love that people are becoming, and the warriors going and like being and and all of the things, and everybody becoming more sensual. But let's not physically bypass this actual body and do a fucking detox, peoples. Just do a detox as well. Like, can you imagine if you're like doing all the things and like feeling so beautiful and your body is like the best it's ever been, right? Like, my body is freaking epic and I'm 40. Like, you know, like, this is available to you always. So like, do all those things as well, but look at what you're putting into yourself. Don't be like trying to like escape all of the things and like, and then go and eat like shit that makes you feel like shit. Or when you do, just like do the healthier version of that. Like, there's always going to be McDonald's and there's always going to be grilled. Just go to grilled, you know? There's always going to be a good and a shit version. And you're like, I don't have the money. It's like, cool. Well, grow your own. Start to grow your own at home, you know? Like, grow your own fruit and veggies. Start to put it in your garden, or like put it in your home, like over your windowsill, under your bed. Get some, I don't know, whatever you need to do. Get some sprouts. You can literally sprout anything underneath your bed. You can literally start to sprout everything, and it will really serve your soul, because you will be high vibe every day. Okay, cool. That's enough about blah, 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 blah. And also I got a lot of downloads about like my plant protectors and felt more connected to the earth and all the humans, and like psychic abilities coming back, and like, well, not back, but like they're always there, but like becoming more heightened, and the visions and the prayers, and being more connected to the plant spirits and more connected to my spirit guides and all the spiritual woo-woo blah, blah, blah stuff. Definitely heightens, as well as just the freaking honor it is to be in this vessel. Like, this body, I was just with it yesterday, and then we were having a little meditation moment about how epic life was, and just like, I just want to be in service for, like, I always am in service for other people in the earth, you know, like being an earth worker and all of the things, being like for people with their businesses and all of that. And like, most of the time I'm great with my body. Like, I like am 90% raw vegan, right? And I'm not expecting anybody else to do that, but maybe just have like one meal a day that's like super healthy and detoxing. Like, you know, maybe for breakfast you have grapefruits and oranges and mandarins, something like that, that's super watery, that can just flush out your system, you know? Or maybe you have that in the evening, that'll be your dinner meal. Like, you just flush out your system so that you can ignite your happy hormones whilst you're sleeping, so that you can wake up being like, oh honey, I just feel so good, you know? And if you don't have a partner, you can just say that to yourself. I I digress. And then how to break a fast. I really want to speak to how to break a fast, because it is one thing to, yes, I love that you're starting a fast. You do it, you do it, you do it, you do it. If you need anything, then just ask me, because I love to help people. Oranges for breakfast, Maggie, you know it's a thing that I love. Because Maggie was one of my clients, and I'm going to put you on a happiness diet. Do you remember that, Mags? Because you weren't like feeling so happy at the time. I'm like, I'm going to put you on a happiness diet, because if like I've done a lot of different naturopathic nutrition certified like food diplomas and stuff like that. And one of the teachers that I have, and which a lot of like the tribes believe as well, it's just ancestral wisdom that's just been passed down, is that, you know, like certain things look like certain things, and it's not a coincidence, because the plants, they communicate with us and we love our visuals. So we literally just look at those things and see what they look like, right? What does an orange look like? It looks like Mars. It also looks like the sun or a sunset. What does a grapefruit look like? My favoriteest fruit in the whole world. It looks like the sun. That is what I'm going to break my fast with. Yellow grapefruits. They're the best ever. They're my favorite. They're so watery. They take all the mucosoid plaque out of your body and just cleanse you, right? The happiness diet. I know. I'm like legit, like I have things like that. We're going to put you on the happiness diet. There's different diets for all bodies, because each body is different, and generally they're like controlled by the mind. So it's really important to do certain things. And so when you are breaking your fast, the fast does not end when you stop the water or the liquids. The fast ends a week after you start eating food. That next week is the most vital part of the detox, because when you start to take in food into your body, you've got that opportunity right then and there to either ignite and do amazing things, or fuck yourself up. And what I mean by that is, if you go and eat something, like let's say you've done a 2-week fast, and then you go and eat nuts, seeds, avocados, fried food, oil, anything like that within that first week, even leafy greens, you don't eat them like for the first 3 days, you will feel pain, excruciating pain. You're like a bubba. You're a plant, right? You've gone back to plant mode when you are when you're fasting, right? So if you go straight in and eat anything too dense, or anything that's got fat, or anything that's not easily digestible, or that is hardish, you will feel so much pain. So much pain. It is excruciating. It doesn't even, like, you would actually feel like stabbing yourself in the stomach would be better. So, because a lot of people are like, oh, I hate fasting because afterwards the pain. It's like, oh man, yeah, you just hurt your tummy. So you really need to put gentle things on there. Like, my favorite things to break a fast with are grapefruits, and you have one thing at a time, because your body is like a baby. It's like a little baby, so you just need to nurture it and give it you've given it a little bit of a break, but then you also need to give it a little bit more of a break, because it needs to digest that food the best that it can. So the best thing that you can do is watery fruits first. And a lot of people are like, I don't like carbs. It's like, oh, I didn't used to either. My gosh, that mind trap that we're in. I only eat protein. What about your liver and your kidney? Look at one of the number one causes for kidney cancer. Eating too much meat. Oh God, oh no. Anyway, yeah, it's totally a thing. So breaking your fast. This is one version of breaking your fast. The first meal you have grapefruits. The second meal you have, it really doesn't, something watery. I'm going to have oranges. I'm going to have grapefruits as my first meal, oranges as my second meal, and then I'm going to have a big bowl of berries, strawberries and blueberries with a bit of lemon juice over the top. That's what I'm going to have. It's going to be amazing. And that will be my day. That's legit all I'm going to eat that day. And one thing to take into consideration, when you've been fasting for a long time, you will feel amazing generally through that whole experience, right? Just drink lots of juice. Like just just slam down the juice and the water, really good quality water with pharmaceutical grade vitamin C in it, so that you are mofo and cleansing, because we are one of the 2 mammals on this planet that don't produce vitamin C for ourselves. We can't self-heal like other mammals. That's why we need to detox. So get pharmaceutical grade vitamin C. I'll put a message in the things below of where you can get it. A kilo for $30. A kilo for 30 Australian dollars. So freaking cheap, right? This guy's amazing. So I'm going to put it in there for you, and you can get it from anywhere in the world. You can order it off this guy. He's a legend. He's also really crazy like me, but he won't say that he's like me. He's not a vegan. He's a big meat eater and sells lots of bone broth and all of those things. But different strokes for different blokes, you know? I used to be that bloke, and then I just decided to be a fruitarian. Most of the time, but still eat other stuff. Mostly fruitarian. And so that would be one version, right? The next version would be another thing that you could, well, then my next day would actually probably be, what will I do tomorrow? I'm just going to have coconut water in the morning. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. When you're fasting, you definitely you can either have one of 2 things, a fast or a slow fast. I know that sounds logical, but people don't think about it. I'm on a fast. Can you tell? I'm like so fast. That's just like fast, talking so fast. Everything's fast. I sleep fast. I don't need to have as much sleep. I'm having a yay fast, like whoop, 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 whoop. So the first few days were like not good. But then the rest of the fast, amazing. So sometimes you put in the hard yards at the beginning, and then for the rest of it, it is amazing, right? But sometimes you have a slow fast, and it puts you on your ass. And you just need to chill the whole freaking time. You need to be really gentle with yourself. You need to do lots of stretching, yoga, meditation, get into nature, lots of sleep, lots of rest and repair. That's also a possibility for your fast. And you know what? You don't know which one you're going to get. But that's just how it is. So something for me to be aware of is that when I start eating and I turn this puppy on, that I am probably going to need a lot more rest, and I will slow the F down. Like, you might see me in a week's time and you'd be like, who's that psychopath? It ain't that other psychopath that I saw. They're different people. I'm a multidimensional being. I'm quite cool with all my personalities. This is one, but it ain't all of them. So I'm also a really calm yogic meditator that meditates for 2 hours every day. You'd never guess, would you? Anyway, so you just need to take that into consideration, that when you break your fast, you might need a bit more sleep and rest, and it's just how it is. So I need to take into consideration that I'm going to need more hours sleep of a night, because I haven't needed that many, to be honest. Like, I'm good at 5 now, whereas normally I like to have 8 or 9 hours sleep a night. So I'm getting a whole lot more done because I am on a fast. I'm on a fast. I get so much more work done. It's ridiculous. That's why I love fasting too. When you're on a fast, it's brilliant. So that's something to take into consideration as well. Another great way to end your fast, if you're like, Blythe, that is not even food. You're literally eating water, you idiot. That's like the rest of the detox. Like, you clued on. You're still detoxing after your fast. Cluey little bastard, aren't you? Yes. So you are still detoxing after your fast if you eat raw living foods. As soon as you put cooked food into your body, the vibration of detox is over. Done, dusted. So like, a lot of people will break their fast and they might have like, you know, steamed veggies or like, I don't know, stuff that's cooked. And I hear you literally are shutting off your detox straight away, but at least give your digestive system a chance to turn on with some living food, some living organic food, and some glucose that's going to ignite your brain. Because you know what? Your brain, as much as it fucks with you, is part of you. So just ignite it, get it happy, do one day on like fruit if you can, and then if you want to fuck yourself up, then eat veggies the next day. Or I would highly recommend 3 days of fruit and vegetables the next 3 days. There is a specific, after 15 years of detoxing, I think I've figured it out. Because I'm trying everything, and so have all the people around me. So very watery fruits the first day. The second day you can go into a little bit more dense. So you could wake up, and believe me to be the best day ever, you could wake up and have a mango. Mangoes are amazing. You could wake up and you could have a papaya. Amazing. They're amazing. And they're a lot more dense. So you will feel like, especially if you've done a long fast, you will feel the density, and because your body is so freaking sensitive, right? It's like you are, and not in a bad way. It's good to be sensitive. Like, it's fucking epic. People are like, I don't want to be sensitive to all that shit. It's like, yeah, you don't want to, you're avoiding the fact that you're poisoning yourself. I hear you. I get it. Great. Keep doing that. And I'll be hanging out with your grandkids when I'm 300, So I digress. So the second day you could literally have papaya or mango for breakfast. Still keep them separate. Do a mono meal. A mono meal is one single thing. It could be cucumber. It could be an avocado, but not on your second day. So then you could have that. For lunchtime, you could have salad, but not with greens. But you could have salad. You could have something savory if you wanted, like tomatoes. Yes, nightshades are okay. Certified organic. Tomatoes, cucumbers. Tomatoes and cucumbers with lemon juice over it. You could also put like lemons through it. I wouldn't go too many things in there because we just want to turn you on slowly. And then you could have for your next meal, the next meal you could have maybe would be 2 fruits, or because see, when you're having veggies like that, they don't have a lot of calories. So you'll probably feel hungrier afterwards if you're not super present when you're eating, right? And yes, definitely no salt and no oils in the first 3 days, because you will not feel good. And the whole point of fasting and detoxing is to feel good. I want you to feel good. So then the next meal you could have, like Maggie said, you could have bananas on day 2. I don't think bananas on day 2. You could have bananas on day 3, but not on day 2. On day 3, like you could definitely have like whatever you didn't have, like let's say you didn't have a mango or papaya for breakfast, you could have that for dinner with like maybe berries or something like that. Super yummy. And you could put a squeeze of lemon juice or lime juice or a squeeze of orange over it. No. Lemon or lime juice would be better because like having that alkalinity in that is really great for the digestive system. It's really good just to ignite the stuff. And then if you wanted to have snacks in between, that's okay too. I would highly recommend just drinking like water with your vitamin C in it, or you could potentially have like a fresh coconut. That would be amazing. But we're turning you on slowly. We want to make sweet, passionate love to your digestive system. We don't want to fuck that bitch up, okay? Sweet, passionate love to yourself. That's what is really great, okay? So do that. And then day 3, oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. Day 3 is amazing. I would start off with my watery fruits in the morning. So maybe I would personally just have like eat as much of these things as you want. You don't have to limit yourself and be like, I can't have 1 grapefruit. That's ridiculous. The grapefruits I get are like teeny tiny. It's like, okay, cool. Well, have 5. Or have 10. I don't care. It's okay. You can eat what you want, right? Be satisfied, but don't overeat. And so I would always say just slightly undereat and then give yourself 20 minutes and allow it to get into your belly. And then if you feel hungry, then have more. But if you don't, then don't, right? Literally start to turn on your digestive system slowly and really be in tune with, am I full in my stomach? Because you've got to remember, your stomach's only as big as your fist. Am I actually full in my stomach, or am I trying to feed an emotion right now? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. The biggest thing I forgot, the takeaway, the biggest lesson you get right at the start is you realize how much you emotionally eat. You never really eat because you're hungry. You eat because your parasites are your parasites, or you've got an emotional trigger that's just been triggered in you. You're charged up and you're like, oh, suppressing with food, suppressing in food. There's something that I'm not even aware of that happened to me in my past, and I'm just going to push that puppy down. That is legit what is going on. So when you understand that 9 times out of 10, gosh, I'm just looking at my face and it's like so pimply right now. It's hilarious. When you have stopped the food and you realize how much of your day is consumed by emotional charges, and then you don't feed those emotional charges, your body is actually able to start releasing that from your cells. And unlike a plant medicine journey, and I love plant medicine, you all know that, I love plant medicine. Unlike a plant medicine journey where your trauma is like, here, oh my gosh, oh, you're experiencing death right now. Oh my God, go through the death. Oh, it's not that bad, sorry. But sometimes it is. Like, it's right there, like all the traumas are right there. Blah, blah, purging, blah, blah, blah. All the things can potentially happen. They don't always, but they can, right, Max? And when you're doing a detox, it's just slower. So you're like, oh, this is popping up. It's that time that my mum told me that my handwriting wasn't as good as my sister. Oh, okay, cool. I'm ready to let that go. Or it's like, oh, it's that time where I like punched my sister in the face and then I cried so that my dad wouldn't smack me. Oh, I'm a bitch. Like these little things pop up because they're in your muscle memory. And once you start to detox, they can come up and out. And yay, they get out because you don't need that stupid shit. Like some of the memories that you get are just like, I was a bitch. I was an idiot, or like that was really traumatic. Yeah, that rape was really bad and I sort of hadn't dealt with that and I've just been suppressing it. And when certain things happen, I literally just act out of trauma, my past traumas. So when you can start to heal those things for yourself, game changer in life, like then you can actually live from a place that isn't just from survivor mode, just from your traumas. Because a lot of us just act from our past wounds rather than from our heart and our true expression of self. So dive straight in. Don't be scared of your past. You've already lived it. It's going to come out beautifully in a detox. Whereas in an ayahuasca journey, it could be punishing your life for 12 hours really intensely. But if you're ready for that, then you can call me too. I don't do ayahuasca. I'm not a shaman or a medicine woman or anything like that, but I do have awesome retreats around the world. And guess what? They're awesome. And guess what? I am not fasting on those retreats. So I'm a lot more grounded and am able to take you to the places that you need to go, because believe me, I'm very multidimensional and I'm going on a tangent. I'm just trying to like prove to you that I'm not a crazy bitch. Anyway, I don't need to prove that to anybody, but I'm cool with myself. I'm crazy sometimes. And on the retreats, sometimes the like facilitators who have been doing medicine for a long time have human experiences. And I had a massive human experience at our last retreat. I thought I was going to die. And it was great for everybody else. And Maggie saw this. It was great for other people to experience that and see me, because we were the facilitators, created the prayer that everybody was there, like 20 people in a ceremony, like in this prayer. And the facilitators take on a lot of the energy that is the collective at that time and space. So I literally took on a lot of stuff that was like being an intuitive for the land, for the people there, for the waters that were being poisoned, for myself and the self-harm, for the satanic ritual abuse that I had as a child, for the abuse that all the women had had. Like, so much came up, but we were able to have those experiences. But it was like hell, right? In that day when Maggie was wiping my tears. First I was looking after her, and then she was looking after me. We all get to be each other's teachers. We're all equal in this world. Like, it doesn't matter if you've done 100 ayahuasca journeys and somebody's done one. Or I say ayahuasca because everybody knows it, but we were having peyote. And so whatever it is, like we're all babies. If we're under 50, we are babies. In the Mashika tribe, you turn 1 when you turn 52. So most of us on this call, we're all babies, right? We are just learning and figuring out. And when you realize that man, it's refreshing because then you can actually be your fullest expression of self because you don't have to act like an adult and be really stiff and conservative and pretend that you're something else that has been programmed from the Stepford Wives, a crazy robotic bitch, or something that is a rugby league player that is really freaking tough and I don't have any emotions because I drink beer, you know? So however you've been culturally programmed to be, then let that shit go. Like I literally used to look like a Stepford wife. I was like super anorexic and had all the Botox. So I was like literally like so, and I used to have like, people always ask me, Blythe, do you have your lips done? No, I used to. I haven't had my lips done in many years. My lips were like that. Like I was like, my sister always used to say, you look like you've got a bill. You look like a duck. Anyway, oh my God, I'm going on so many tangents. Sorry guys. It's because I'm seeing all of you and I'm excited by life and all of you, and I hope you get something out of this, some joy transmissions, some transmissions of joy for your day, especially because I'm fasting, super connected to source, so like get transmissions from wherever it is and whatever it is that you believe in. Let's go back to breaking the fast because I digressed. Anyway, and so first day, watery fruits, right? Second day, you can have your more dense fruits in the morning. You can have a salad, yay, with no greens for lunch, then have more fruits for dinner. I only say have more fruits because they've got more calories. If you have a really light salad, you will feel probably really hungry, or you'll need to eat so much that you'll feel really uncomfortable, because we want to get, just starting off with eating like slightly under eating or eating to satisfaction. I say slightly under eating because there's a lot of people who overeat and they don't know when they are full, and they generally overeat and then they're like, oh, I've eaten too much. It's like, just slightly under eat. You can always eat more later on, you know? So just give your guts a go. And then, so first 2 days, those things. Day 3 might be the most exciting day of your life. So day 3, morning, I would start off with watery fruits because you're going to have a lot more food this day. So you would have your grapefruits and oranges if you want for breakfast, and have a lot. Sometimes, you know, depending on their size, like if they're really big, maybe you might just have like 2 and start off with 2, and then you can have more after if you want. Or maybe you're not that hungry and so maybe they're little and maybe you have like 5 or 6. Like don't undereat. That's absolutely cool. Then at lunchtime, you can have salad. And you can put avocado in it. Yay! Fatty fruity, yay. So you would only want to have a quarter of an avocado in that meal because you're putting fat into your body for the first time. So it is intense for the liver to flush that through, because the liver has only had the liver feels like it's had God and heaven go through it for the last however long you've been fasting, right? And then you're putting a little bit of like reality back in, and it's like, I have to process this. This is going to be hard. I've been on holidays. You know, it's like your liver's experiencing going back to work after being on holidays for a month, and then you have to go back to work on Monday, and you had a hectic flight where you didn't get to sleep the whole journey from overseas, so you haven't slept in 24 hours. The liver's like, oh, this is like a really intense day. It's really hard. So that's what your liver's experiencing at that time. It's like really... it has to switch on, baby. So that's why just a quarter at a time is all it can probably handle, right? So then you'd have your tomatoes. You can have your tomatoes. You can have your cucumbers. You can have avocado, lemon juice on there. Yum, 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 yummity, yum, yum, right? And then for your afternoon snack, if you want an afternoon snack, you could have a banana then. You could have day 3, you could have banana, or, yep, you could have banana. You could have banana. Or you could have whatever fruit you want. Just don't mix it with veggies, right? And then for your din-dins, then the choice is yours. You can have fruits, and you can have your sweet fruits or your watery fruits. You never mix watery fruits with sweet fruits because they both digest at different speeds. So it makes you get a little bit bloated. Like some people are like, oh, I can't have a fruit salad. It's like, no. You're just mixing the wrong fruits together because they digest at different speeds. And when that happens, like let's say you have banana and then you've got an orange coming down. The banana is like going like this down your digestive system. This is lovely. And then the orange is like, I digest faster than you. It just doesn't feel good. That's what's happening in there, right? So just think about what you're putting into your vessel, because you are super clear and your body is going to be digesting the way that it really should be. So yes, that is that. You can have your super awesome fruits, a little combo of 3 fruits in the night if you want. So you could have bananas and mangoes, mags, and papaya. Yummy! Or you could have your veggies, again, if you wanted a salad. You could have lettuce, yay, lettuce and avocado, or like baby spinach. Nothing too dense. Like you don't want kale, like the really dense dark greens. You want the lighter greens that are easily more digestible, because some people, like on day 3, like is even pushing for greens. Sometimes people leave it till day 4. But you can go for it on day 3, it will be fine. And you can have a little bit more, you can have another quarter of the avocado. So just be gentle. And then if you wanted to finish your detox, then the next day you could go on to eating other foods. So let me just put it this way, because when I first went on to detoxing, and then I accidentally turned into a raw vegan. I didn't even know what a raw vegan was before I went to the detox center and learned all about health, right? And she's like, so you can continue your detox. And obviously, like during my first fast ever that I did, I was like experiencing so, like my programs just dissolved, and I was literally like, I would go into meditation, and the guru, like she was a guru, I was at an ashram for part of it, and the guru was like doing a meditation and talking us through all this Vedic meditation. I used to be really into Vedic meditation, talking us through all this Vedic like cleansing and clearing, this process we were doing, and my consciousness went into her brain, and I was like, what's going on? What's happening? This is amazing. I'm having a holiday in her head. So shit started to get real, like psychic powers. I was like in Harry Potter's magic school, but there wasn't a teacher, and I was my own teacher, right? So it was really challenging to navigate this space. That's why I was so lucky that I had a friend that knew something about being a raw vegan and what happened to your consciousness and your psyche. Because a lot of people that do this, they actually are like, it was so intense I couldn't handle it. But when you have somebody to talk you through it, it is like amazing. Like I've had clients where they go into raw vegan and they like, you know, especially if they've done it before and they're like, I couldn't do it because I thought I was going crazy. It's like, oh no, you're becoming magic and you just didn't know how to use it. So then we were able to do that and navigate it together, and it becomes so much more easy because like each little thing only comes on one thing at a time anyway. So then you can deal with your superpowers all at once, like with a guide. Anyway, so after that transfer of consciousness into her brain, I literally went up to her afterwards and I was like, I just want to speak to you. She's like, what were you doing? I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. You were doing the meditation and it wasn't my fault. She's like, no, it wasn't your fault. Let's run through what it is that you eat. Because she's a guru. She ran this whole ashram, Satchinanda, which is closed now. Unfortunately, they were amazing. And I told her about my diet. She's like, oh, okay. Wow, that makes a whole lot of sense. And that's why when you continue your eating raw food after a detox, welcome to the magic. Like you can start to see things that you wished you could see maybe. I didn't even know that they existed, those worlds. So that's why it was a little bit scary for me, because I was like, I continued my detox like for 5 years, pretty much, right? So what happened for me when I came back, I started to be able to see disease in people's body. Like if somebody had something that wasn't healthy in their body, it was like fluoro green. Like I used to have hairdressing. Well, I still have hairdressing salons. This was a different one. So this salon that I used to have, like a lady came in and she was like flaming green, just like bing, this like light just coming out of her, right? And I was like, had a chat with her obviously first, because you can't just go, hey love, guess what? I know that your liver's hurting a little bit right now. And so she had like a fatty liver and like started to talk to me about it and all that sort of thing. I was like, okay, amazing. I'm not going crazy. I'm like getting clear messages, well, visuals. And so these sort of things start to turn on because you become all plant. Guess what talks to you? Plants. Guess what most people are made up of? Not plants. But guess what? That was the dumbest thing I could have said. But that's not true. What I meant was all people are made up of living things, right? They're living. And because you are mostly made up of plants, you're able to see the consciousness of like lots of things. So you're able to go into people's living things, like their organs and shit, and be able to see stuff and da 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 da. not necessarily see right into their organs, but if something's going on, it will like communicate with you so that you have got the message so that you can tell the person what the shit's going on, you know? So yeah, that. And then also, what else happened? Oh my gosh, my favorite thing. I became so obsessed with clouds, like you wouldn't, like, fuck. I remember poor Poppy, we used to drive together. She was a manager at my salon. We lived together as well. We were besties until I went crazy like this, right? And we used to drive to work and she'd be like talking. I'd be like, Poppy, please be quiet. The clouds are communicating with me. Please, let's just not talk on the whole way to work. Sorry, babe. And I just get like lots of downloads from the clouds. Be like, oh, okay, amazing. The star beings are talking to me. Okay. Can't really talk to normal people about this. So, you know, it is really, my battery's going to die. Gosh, if my battery dies, I'm sorry, guys, but it's been a more fucking tangent. So I'm going to get off real soon. So yeah, that sort of stuff started to happen. I started to see the energy that was between me and the trees. So I wouldn't just see like the plants, I'd see the energy that was coming off them, or I'd be able to, like, you know, psychic abilities, you're able to turn on to like what people are thinking and that sort of thing, and not in a crazy, creepy way, but like in a healing and nourishing way, and be a lot more compassionate about people because you are actually able to experience what they're going through. So yeah, that's that sort of stuff. So that's why, like, I stayed being a raw vegan. Because I like magic. I'm a selfish bitch. I like magic. And I like all of that trippy shit. And I never had psychic powers before that while I was like numb, dumb and sick, right? So that's why I continued to do that, because I wanted to be like super ninja and happy all the time. Like I experienced bliss in most moments. So that was why I wanted to continue doing the fasting. And that's why I did it for 5 years. And it was the most profound 5 years of my motherfucking life. Motherfucking life. Communication with the sun and all that. So much. And I had never even had plant medicine back then. So I was literally like plant medicine is awesome and you know how much I freaking love it. But I was in plant medicine, like I had subtle communication with all plants. So the vibration of the food that I was eating became part of me, and I would feel it in my cells, and I was able to radiate at a different frequency because my body was so pure. So my frequency and my vibe was so pure. I mean, when I say pure, I don't mean pure. I just mean like, it was 1320 time, y'all. Like 1320 time. Do you know what 1320 time is? This fucking pisses people off. 1320 time is tribe time. It is not a programmed Western world time. And for all the people that hate it out there, 1320. I was on 1320 time all the time. I'm probably not now. I'm probably just really in my ego. But you know what? I can admit it, so it's okay. Because I've got nothing else going on after 50 days. Anyway, so maybe this is just who I am. Who cares? Whatever. We don't need to think about it. So what else? Yes, so that's why day 3 is definitely, you want to be having raw foods all of those 3 days, right? 3 days of raw food, okay? Let's do that. I don't even know. Fingers are all wrong. 3 days of raw food, and then if you want to stop your detox, if you're like, oh, Blythe, this is so intense, I don't want to be this magic, then eat cooked food, because the cooked food will straight away stop your digestive system, because you have literally got nothing living going in. You've got cooked things which are dead. So there's raw food and then there's living food. I eat both. Not really. I eat both, but dead food is dead food. It's like, you know, like let's say you cut off your arm and then you put it in a stew, it ain't living anymore, right? And then you eat that, so it doesn't have the same vibration or frequency that is in it. So when you put that into your body, you don't get that same vibration and frequency, right? So you change, you go back to normal. Normal's a bit boring for me. I don't like boring. I don't like being normal. I like magic. So I like to stay magic. And that is my thing. Or another way that I would used to do is eat raw foods all through the day. So then you're like magic all through the day, and then you just have your last meal be a cooked meal, and then that like slows you down, and then you get to go to Nana, like sleepy time, and you're like more chilled out. So yeah, that's that. And then you wouldn't want to have any gluten, sugar, and fruit sugar is amazing for you. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about any kind of sugar that has been cooked, which also includes maple syrup, cooked agave, cooked honey, because when the sugar is cooked, it turns into a poison, just like white sugar. It has lost all its digestive enzymes and the body cannot digest it very well. If you've got raw sugars, like a raw agave or a raw honey or fruit sugars, that are not cooked, then they have got all the digestive enzymes in there, and your body can digest them like sweet, mate, you know? So keep those ones. Then what else? Just don't have alcohol for the week if you can. Or if you are don't have alcohol for a week. Front up and be a bloody adult. Don't have alcohol for a week. And when you're going to have alcohol next after that, don't drink wine and beer. Like drink fucking hard ass vodka. Pure. Like 100% pure vodka. And you only need like this tiny little bit. If you're going to drink, like do it good. Like use medicinal alcohols. And I have friends that have medicinal alcohol if you would like some. I don't drink it, but if you want medicinal alcohol, just get like really pure vodka and stick some like, oh God, it's such bad hand movements, and stick some like really good stuff in there, like really good healing herbs, and then like that's awesome. And let them just stew and tincture, and then you're like having medicinal alcohol like our ancestors did, rather than all this poison bullshit. And meat and dairy, it just depends on when you want to get torture in your body. It's totally up to you. So I'll leave that one with you. I would say give it a week. Like if you're going to do a detox, just freaking do a detox, you know, like do it super good. And I hope that helps. And obviously day 50 of my fast has been amazing. I'm feeling great. And if anybody needs some more health tips and you feel like speaking with a crazy person, then I'm your woman. Because today that's who I am. Tomorrow I won't be that same woman because I'll have eaten food and I'll be a lot slower and I'll probably be really not this person. So, once again, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Blythe Langford, and if you made it all the way through this, then I firstly honour you and say thank you so much for putting up with my blab. It was obviously quite entertaining, or maybe you got some benefits from it. Either way, I hope you got benefits from it and you choose to do a detox. But if you do feel like having an amazing stealth fasting coach, as well as somebody who's epic at business, all of the ninja business stuff, or you want to create a non-for-profit in your business, I'm also stealth at creating foundations. And I'm probably the cheapest person out there because I don't think they need to be charged a lot, because once you figure out what's gone into it, people are ripping shit off. All these bloody accountants that say they know about sovereignty, fuck, they work for the government. Anyway, that's another tangent. I digress. So I actually really love all people and beings. I just don't like lies. And I don't like people that... Anyway, I love every people. I'm also crazy. And crazy right now. But I know a lot of stuff, and guess what? I'm a freaking epic coach, and I take people from where they are to their dream state, and that becomes their reality, because that's my gift, because I got super connected to them, and I am like literally like a little keyhole to their Garden of Eden. It ain't about me. I just put them in a place where they are exploded by their highest highest self just being there all the time, allowing them to be the person that they need to be so that they can have the results that they want to have. And if you are ready for a program that I created, it's called The Upgrade Method. It's called The Upgrade Method because it upgrades you on all levels. Business. Oh, thanks, Maggie. Yeah, she's one of my old clients. I'm a good coach, aren't I, Maggie? It upgrades you, this new program. It is epic. Upgrade your business. Upgrade your business. Upgrade your body. Upgrade your mind. Upgrade your consciousness. Upgrade your connection to Mother Earth. Upgrade your connection to whatever the hell you believe in, whilst creating money. Because there's a lot of people out there in our spiritual community that don't believe that money is a good thing. Well, guess what? You're cock-blocking yourself, love. Because guess what? Money is the thing that you're too scared to dive into that keeps you selfish. If you're not willing to make money to make a difference on this earth, then you are selfish. You ain't sharing your gifts and you are playing small. And guess what? You need a coach to get you out of your own fucking money stories because you are not ready to step in the game. And if you are ready to step in the game, yay! come and call me because I like helping people make money so they get to change the world. Because guess what? Money is only what you make it. And so if you believe that money is evil, you made up that story. Because guess what? It's not. It's a little piece of plastic. That's it. Yes, it is produced by some evil people, but guess what? Money is not evil. The people are evil. We are awesome, and the more money we make, then we can change more of the world together. So let's all change the world together, people. It's time to step up. Look after your body. Transition in your life. Transition in your business, and heal the world. Heal yourself and heal the world. I love you so much. Reach out if you need a crazy coach. Love you.